Okay, so on this question, they're asking us to find the equation of the line with slope, I've changed the problem a little bit, slope -6, and passing through the point 4, comma, -28, write your equation in the form y equals mx plus b. So step one is we start with the new slope formula, and the new slope formula is slope equals y minus y1 over x minus x1. The old one, you might wonder, what was the old one? The old one was slope equals, it's very similar, but it was y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So that was the old one. See how they're very, very similar? They have y1 and x1 in the back. The only difference is in the front now, we have, what's new is we have y and x, plain y, plain x, instead of y2, x2. That's what's new. Okay, and step two, plug in the slope equals -6 from right here. And the point, 4, -28 from right here. And that's your x1 and your y1. So plug those in. So let's do that. So the slope, -6, goes right here. So it'll become -6 equals, and then I'll put my line, and then it's going to be y minus x minus, and then you plug in, this is x1, this is y1, so the 4 goes here, and the negative, so watch your signs there. See, I'm plugging in 4 and -28 on that, and so when you plug in the -28, it's minus and negative, so it's going to actually become positive, isn't it? You see that trickery there? Because the formula has a minus sign on the top and the bottom. And so if what we plug in behind the minus signs also has a minus sign, like the -28, then we end up with 2 minus signs. And by the way, see how the y value has to go on the top next to y, and the x has to go on the bottom next to x. So watch out for that. Okay, so now what do we do? We have a fraction. So we've had fractions before. We know how to handle these. When you have a fraction with an equal sign, what do? You multiply both sides by what? By the LCD over 1, don't you? LCD over 1. So what's the LCD here? LCD is x minus 4 over 1. And x, let me make that a little bigger. X minus 4. Does that make sense? Right there, I multiplied both sides by LCD over 1. Right? See that? And I didn't put over 1 here because this isn't a fraction. But I multiplied both sides by x minus 4 over 1. That's what we always do when we have a fraction with an equal sign. Don't we? We did that a long time ago. We continue to do that. Whenever you have a fraction with an equal sign, you multiply by the LCD over 1. Okay. And so then what happens here? These guys cross cancel. These x minus 4s cross cancel. So let me write that step 4. So we cross cancel. There, cross cancel. And multiply the leftovers. So cross cancel and multiply the leftovers. So that means this, on the right side, we just have y plus 28, right? These double negative here, it's going to become positive. We know that. And the x minus 4s are gone. They're totally gone. They cross canceled. That's why we did it, because we wanted to get rid of the fractions, huh? See how they cross canceled? They went away. Now on the other side, the -6 is going to have to distribute. That's what always happens when you have something next to parentheses. It distributes through those parentheses. So the -6 will go boom and boom. So -6 times x is -6x. And then -6 times -4 is actually plus, right? Plus 24, 2 negatives. Make a positive there. Okay, here's the wall of separation. And y is saying, I want to be alone. So last step, subtract 20. And see how the equation is y alone up there? We have to get y alone. So subtract 28 from both sides. Boom, boom. Y equals minus 6x. And what do these guys make? Minus 4. Minus 6x. Y equals minus 6x minus 4. Minus 6x minus 4. There we go. So let's recap real quick what we do. We use the new slope formula that has the plane y and plane x in the front. Plug in your slope on the left side. Plug in your x1, y1 in the back of x and y on the right side. And then when you have we have a fraction with an equal sign. What do you always do? Multiply both sides by the LCD over 1. Cross cancel on this side. Distribute, because these are left over on this side. Right? You see why we don't, on the right side, they cancel out. The x minus 4s cross cancel, so they're not there anymore. They just vanish. They cancel. Whereas on the other side, there's no canceling. It just multiplies. And then we solve for y. So there we go.